The number 6 receiver of the 2000 offs, Steve Smith.
I had a conversation with Rondé Barber before the 2015 season. I said, let's rank the greatest receivers you ever covered. I'm expecting all the names, the T.O.s, the Mosses, all this. Steve Smith. Steve Smith. Steve Smith? Steve Smith.
You don't know who Steve Smith is. By the end of this game, you don't know who he is. I promise you that.
No receiver on our countdown has done more with less than Steve Smith.
I think you can make a case for Steve Smith being number 1 on that list. Think about the quarterback Steve Smith had to play with. 44-year-old Vinny Testaverde.
Rodney Peete.
Most of the time he played with Jake Delhomme. Not a great quarterback.
David Carr.
Chris Wanke.
And Matt Moore.
He's the only guy on that list in the top 10 who basically never played with a great quarterback.
89, bottom line, one of the all-time greats. He's a Hall of Famer.
I just make plays, that's all. I don't know why they don't like it.
Steve Smith at number 6, you made a huge mistake. You disrespected Steve Smith. He is looking up your address right now. He's finding you, and he's going to punch you right in the face.
If you see this face, that means I score.
Tough as nails and annoying.
If you see this face again, that means I scored again.
The trash talking was fantastic, the way he would get into people's heads.
Hey, leave your boy out there on that island so I can torch his ass.
He would take defensive backs, cornerbacks out of the game because he'd wind them up so much they would forget about what's going on, and he'd just burn them.
I was half expecting Steve to come out after a game and be like, the other team's water boy looked at me negatively, so I had to score 10 touchdowns.
How does he do it?
Wow. Absolutely wow.
Hell, they might put my mom out there now, and I'm going to beat her like a drum, too.
When you look at that list, you see some big guys and broad shoulders, a lot of legs. And then there's Steve Smith.
You can tell me I'm sorry. You can tell me I'm slow. You can tell me I can't run. You can tell me I ain't gonna do nothing. But I wear these shirts, brother.
Steve Smith is every little guy you've ever met in your entire life.
Steve Smith with coverage there. He went up and got it.
Steve Smith had an element to his game that Chad Ochocinco didn't have, and that was he would beat you up.
Blessing to be here, but somebody gonna get their beat today.
He would beat the crap out of you on the field. If he caught the ball and saw you in his path, he would make sure to try to hurt you.
Touchdown! Steve Smith caught it! Are you kidding me?
He won the Triple Crown of receiving yards, receptions, and touchdowns in 2005, one of only 3 receivers ever to do that.
It's like one guy is just taking over this 100-yard piece of land out here, and he's just making his own little personal playground out of it.
He averages more yards per game in the playoffs than anybody except Larry Fitzgerald. He averages 20 more yards per game than Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice in the playoffs.
Smith,